Hi guys, this is Miryansky with NoDefeatEnergy.com. I want to show you today how to make pastrami like a New York deli. Let me explain you why the pastrami that is served at New York delis is amazing. It's because it's very special meat that is prepared and cured, and then it's slow cooked under different conditions, and it's totally different than the pastrami that you get at the grocery stores deli. So in order to make pastrami, you need to have a brisket of beef, and I pick up this brisket today at ShopRite. It's around 2.3 pounds. Now if you get the whole brisket from the butcher, you're gonna get this massive chunk of meat that's gonna be around this big, and on this part right here it's gonna have this other part of meat that it's pretty much gonna be useless for you because it's not as good quality as the brisket it is. So we have the brisket and we're ready to go. Now first we need to cure it. So the brisket is ready to cure. It's gonna take around a week to cure the brisket, but before we cure it we need to stab it a little bit so the curing agent can penetrate to the meat. So you want to do like stab it like an inch apart, just like that. Okay, that's gonna help our curing agent to penetrate the meat. Now as you can see, I'm not gonna trim off the fat because we need that fat to give flavor and juice to the pastrami. Okay, now I'm ready to go ahead and apply the curing rub. So for this purpose, I've tried many different things. Last year I've been experimenting with different recipes, and I think the best result I'm getting with Morton Tender Quick. That's a special meat curing salt. It's gonna cure the meat and it's gonna preserve the color of it, so again we're gonna end up with nice dark red color, and it's gonna work miracles. Now this is supposed to be used 1 tablespoon per pound of meat, so this is 2.3, so we need like 2 tablespoons, a little bit more than 2 tablespoons. But I'm gonna go ahead and apply it. I've always been a chef and I usually do things by eye, so I'm just gonna sprinkle the curing salt on top, and I'm gonna rub it on the meat. Okay, just like that. And we want to put a little bit right here on the side. Okay, now the next ingredient that we need is brown sugar. This is dark brown sugar, so around a couple of tablespoons of that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it by eye, just a little bit like this, and again massage it into the meat. Okay, the next thing, we need black pepper. I'm just gonna put black pepper like this. Okay, make sure you kind of like pound it a little bit in the meat so it can stay. Okay, granulated garlic, or it's like garlic powder. Just gonna put the garlic powder like this, rub it in. And finally, fresh ground coriander seed. Okay, now I want to repeat the process on the other side. Here again I'm starting with the salt and rub it real good. Next thing, brown sugar. Garlic. Black pepper. and finally the coriander seed. Now I'm using this very simple recipe, although you can go online, do your own research and add your own spice mix to the whole thing. It's up to you. You can be totally creative with that. So now this is good. I'm just gonna go ahead, apply some more of this right on the side, and we are ready to go. So I have this big Ziploc bag, and I'm gonna put the brisket in it. Just gonna grab it and put it in the bag, just like this. Okay, what I want to do now is try to take as much air as possible from the bag. Just kind of press it like this and seal it. Okay, the brisket is ready to go in the fridge. What we need to do now, put it in the fridge, and every day as we go by the fridge, you got to do it at least once a day. Turn the brisket like this. Once a day, turn it. And we're gonna wait for the brisket to cure. It's gonna take around 6-7 days. I know, guys, you're super hungry for that delicious pastrami, but you gotta wait. So it needs at least 5 days. Okay, and when we do that, then we're gonna go into the next step, which is gonna be the cooking process. Again, I've done probably a year of research, and I saw a lot of videos on YouTube. I read a lot of articles on the internet, and most of them are suggesting that you go to the store and buy the corned beef that is already corned in its corned beef spices and make pastrami out of it. Let me tell you why you cannot make brisket from that. You cannot make the pastrami from that, because when you make the pastrami is going to have the outside rub of the pastrami, but it's going to be in its core corned beef, and it's going to taste like corned beef, because the brine that is used to cure the corned beef has pickling spice, has some other stuff that's going to give it a typical corned beef flavor. That's why you cannot make pastrami from corned beef brisket, and that's why you gotta make it from scratch. Okay, thank you very much for watching my video. Watch the following parts that I'm gonna show you the next steps, what we need to take to turn this in a delicious, succulent New York style deli pastrami. Thanks for watching.